Dating has officially died with this recent article breaking down how men are dropping out of dating because of unrealistic standards in the current dating market. The article that I'm talking about that you guys can look up and that I'll try to link in the description, the dating pool dropouts. This was a recent article that's been published this week. I think it's been a few days. So you guys, if you want to check it out after the video, you guys are more than welcome to check it out. But I'm going to give a breakdown to what this article is talking about and where we're headed. Because guys, I know it sounds good for some of you guys that are seeing the delusion of women get punished, but this is not a good state for humanity as far as our future when we get into the meat of this article. So before we get too far into the video, I just want to remind you guys, hit the like button, comment your thoughts about this subject if you know about it or if you've read about it. So let me start here. I've talked to you guys about the middle class and how in the 1950s, men and women didn't work. It was just the men working. We had the government cultivating a middle class where men had available jobs to work and make good money to provide for themselves and their family. So, but now in today's world, we have a shrinking middle class with women working, which if you know how women date, they date across and above hierarchies, like Jordan Peterson and everybody else says on the internet, right? They don't date down, they date up. So if she makes 70K, she wants her man to make above 70K. She's not going to date a guy that makes 45K. So we have the middle class shrinking, which means a lot of people can't find jobs. We have a lot of people can't afford the cost of living. The rich and the poor is becoming more and more a thing. And the more we have a rich and a poor society, it's going to implement the 80-20 rule. Now, with the middle class shrinking, in my estimation, it's going to overcorrect. So not only are we going to have an 80-20 rule, the 80-20 rule is going to go into the 90-10 rule, in my estimation. And people have talked about this on other videos, but it's real. And after I break down these standards that these women have, you're going to see it clearly. So some of the unrealistic standards that women have when it comes to dating. I don't know if you guys have talked about or heard about the 6'6". The 6'6" are the 6 feet tall, 600 power car, 6-pack, 6-inch under the belt. That means the 6 inches sexually, 6 months out of a relationship, and 6-figure income. I mean, you can mark off the majority of guys right there. What guy has all those 6 things at the same time? And if he does have all 6 things, why would he settle in a relationship and a marriage when he has multiple women, multiple attractive women coming after him on a regular basis? Like, there's no incentive for him to settle down when he can be a bachelor. Guys, you know, in the article, they bring up a study where they asked men, the modern state of men, if they feel comfortable with approaching women. They said from the article that 95% of men feel uncomfortable talking to women at the workplace or just in everyday life for fear of being called creepy. Because of the Me Too era, where you come up and you say something that a woman doesn't like, whether it be, "Hello, beautiful, how are you?" She could find that uncomfortable and get you a sexual harassment charge and either put you in jail and you have a record now, you're a criminal record now, you can't get a job, or you get fired from your job because you said something uncomfortable to her, right? Or maybe you didn't even say it to her. Maybe she was just around and didn't like it and reported to human resources. You guys see the unrealistic dating standards that are being set. They want the 6'6s. They want you to approach her, but you can't approach and say too much because you'll be called creepy. So now what? You have no dating, you have no real in-life interactions, which means you can't show your personality, your swagger, how you smell, all these different types of things that go into attraction. So now we have a dating cycle going on. And the dating cycle goes like getting on dating apps, social media DMs. This is what the modern people 25 and down do to get relationships, because the men aren't approaching in real life and the women are being too unrealistic in their dating standards. So you're a guy, right? And you're like, okay, I got no other options. I don't want to be called a creep. I don't want to creep around in public. So I'm just gonna get on dating apps. And dating apps, I've seen people in relationships, people get married or certain things from meeting on dating apps and meeting on Instagram and all that stuff. So I'm gonna try it out. You hop on dating apps. Guys, in the article, there were guys that went 6 months while on these apps paying monthly and didn't get a match or a message. You guys see the 80-20 rule is going to the 90-10. Are you guys starting to see it? A lot of you guys are struggling too. You get on these dating apps and women have salary requirements and height requirements. Women are so detached from reality. It's startling to me. It's idiotic, because the way they think right now, they'll never get a man. They'll never get a man. They don't understand men above 6 feet or 6 feet and above are 14 to 15% of the population. You see the 80-20 rule in that? Salary, even lower. 6 figures, that's 10%, about 10 to 15%, 10 to 12% of the world of men. You guys see the 90-10? You guys starting to connect the dots now? So guys, and the whole point of the article is like, guys are seeing these unrealistic standards. They can't get matches on dates. They're just dropping out because they just know it's not worth it. Which leads into another thing we must address that is a startling reality, but we need to address it, that men are drawing to and falling back on. So in conclusion, the solutions that men are finding out in this declining society, in this stupid, idiotic dating requirements, dating pool of modern people, men have lowered their standards to just jerking off to OnlyFans and Pornhub. And the worst part about it is, in the article, it breaks down how guys half the time don't even want to jerk off to these women. They just want to sit down, talk with them on a FaceTime, talk with them on the chat, just to have some companionship. That's how far the bar has dropped for men. They've stopped trying. And I get it. It makes sense. And to a degree, You know what I'm saying? I can't knock what they doing, but this is not good for humanity. How are we going to get men and women to procreate and have more children if we expect to have a thriving population, a thriving society of people? Once we get older, we won't have anybody to work. And what's even worse is men are going to AI customized women by them in order to get their pleasures off. How deeper can this rabbit hole get? So now we're going to have companies come out with AI robotic dolls for men to artificially have sex with. So we're going towards a society where you're going to have men, you're going to walk into their apartment, you're going to walk into their house, and they're going to have a doll that they're having sex with. I'm lost for words. What do we do? Is it too late to turn back? It feels like we're too late to turn it back. It feels like the government or whoever has orchestrated this to go on. Because the guys like me, we see this and we're like, we're still going to keep trying, whether it means we're going to keep trying to be successful, be in shape, be good looking, and still improving our lives and letting the women fall where they may. But these guys are actually serious when they say they're dropping out. And you women should take this seriously because they weren't playing. If you go see that article, they're done. Like, if you're a woman watching this right now, you should be startled if you're like under 30. I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to lower your standards or you're going to have to make some approaches yourself. One of the two at this point. So I don't know what to tell you guys. It's kind of the way I see it, is kind of a depressing thing because there's no way to fix it. I can't fix it. I can just bring it to the YouTube and talk about it, and we can congregate and try to come to a conclusion. But this is not going in a good direction. But I don't want this video to go on too long. You guys like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you like the video, comment your thoughts below. I really want to hear you guys' thoughts on this. You guys have a good day, good week. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.